Hello guys, how's it going? I hope you all are having an absolutely fantastic day today. British weather, nice and sunny, or hopefully it is for you at least. Here in the UK it's been a bit cloudy, but still over the last couple of days it's been amazing. So the topic of today's video is, you've probably seen from the thumbnail and the title, why you shouldn't be watching these YouTubers. Like Tanner J. Fox, like Kevin David, like Dan Vass, all these are the people and you shouldn't be watching them, okay? And this is all stemmed around a post I got in the group yesterday, or it might have been today. One of these days, it doesn't really matter, about Jungle Scout, why Jungle Scout doesn't work, why this doesn't work anymore, why the YouTubers are lying to us, why all this stuff isn't working like you was told, okay? And the main thing that I want to cover is why you shouldn't be watching these people and why that's kind of making you fail at Amazon and why it's like seeming a lot more difficult for you than it is shown on YouTube basically, okay? So all these YouTubers I've mentioned, Tanner J. Fox, Kevin David, Dan Vass, and I'm sure there's more that I'm not naming right now, but all these YouTubers have one main thing in common, which is why we shouldn't be watching them, and which is why if we do watch them, everything we watch with them, we have to take with a pinch of salt, and that is that they are all selling in the US, okay? And as you all know, the US is a completely different marketplace than the UK. So if the US is just as big as it is, like 70-80% bigger than the UK, even more than that. So I think the UK is probably the third biggest market in like selling on Amazon, and the US is obviously the biggest, like 80-90% like of the market share, absolutely huge. So if people are selling in the US, you cannot take their advice and use it in the UK market because they are so incredibly different. They just can't be compared. So people are watching American YouTubers on like Jungle Scout reviews, and they'll say, okay, these are the search criteria you want to use, this is how you want to search from Jungle Scout, this is how you should do your PPC, this is how you do this and this and this, and you can't take that information and like use it in the UK market. And this is why I get so many posts in the group and so many people messaging me saying, I can't find any products on Jungle Scout, I'm not finding any products in the search criteria I'm using. I can't do this with my PPC, I'm not getting any results. My PPC ACOS is really high, this isn't working, that's not working. And I say, okay, what are you doing? What's your search criteria? What are you doing for your PPC? And they say, oh, I've watched this guy's video and he says do this. I've watched this guy's video and he says do this. And it's a video that someone's put out based on a completely different market that is like literally 70-80%, even more, 90-95% bigger than the UK. And they're comparing that information and taking it and trying to apply it in the UK market, and you just can't, it just doesn't work like that. If you want to launch in the UK, if you want to learn how to be successful in the UK, you need to learn from UK sellers, people who are in this marketplace, okay? Because the main thing that I go over in my course and just like what I like to talk about a lot is that things that work in the US do not necessarily work in the UK. Obviously there are some things that do relate, so the listings, what you need to put in your listing, these kind of things, how to rank, all that, like kind of like the underlying theory of how it works is basically the same, but how you go about it and how you do it, like the search criteria that we use. So we don't want to find a product that's too seasonal, we want it to do a certain amount of sales, don't want it to be too competitive. This is the same for like every market when we're searching for products, but our search criteria on each specific thing changes. So competitive in the US is completely different to competitive in the UK. A good product in the US is completely different to a good product in the UK. So you can't take these other YouTubers' opinion who don't sell in the UK market and apply it to the UK market. It just doesn't work like that. I'm not saying these people are bad at all. I've watched many of them in the past. I like them all, nothing against any of them. But I'm just saying that when you want to launch in one market, taking advice from people who don't sell in that market at all and sell in basically a completely different market, I don't think you can compare US and UK in almost any way. So just using their information in our marketplace isn't going to go well for you. And this is why so many people say Jungle Scout isn't finding products, PPC isn't working, all these different problems. And like I said, when I ask, they say, I watched this person's video and he said this, but you can't take that information and apply it here. As I said, all the underlying theory is right, but you just need to take it all with a pinch of salt, okay? So that's basically the general overview of this video and everything I wanted to get out, that when you are watching these YouTubers, and of course go watch them, I recommend them, they're all like very good, just take all the stuff they teach with a pinch of salt. Obviously their underlying theory, I'm 100% sure it's all right, but just when they give you exact things to do, just take it with a pinch of salt and then come over and reference their information with the UK YouTubers. So like myself, like other people who sell on Amazon UK and teach on YouTube, just cross-reference the information and find like the best equilibrium that uses the same terminology but just applies what they're doing to the UK market, which you can learn from the UK YouTubers who actually sell in this marketplace, because that's what you really need to be successful, is to find people who are doing what you want to be doing and who are where you want to be and learning from them. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it's explained to you why you might not be doing so well on Jungle Scout, why you might not be doing so well in your PPC, and all these other things you're a bit confused at when you've watched all these YouTube videos. Maybe you're watching the wrong people and you're applying stuff from one market and thinking it's going to work in another market when it just doesn't work like that. So as I said, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Stick around for the next one. I'll see you there.